Dear friends, today I'm going to talk about aliens. We're all very curious about aliens. The day before yesterday, I watched a movie about aliens. Before talking about aliens, I want to mention a term, Fermi paradox. Who is Fermi? Fermi was a renowned scientist who played a key role in promoting the atomic bomb project, namely the Manhattan Project. He was a key participant in the research as well. Fermi once proposed that there should be aliens in the universe. Why should there be aliens? Because the universe is so big and old. Among the many planets, there should be suitable ones whereon intelligent life appears. So, there should be aliens in the universe. But there should be no aliens in the universe. What does that mean? It is said that according to the law of human evolution, there should have been aliens billions of years ago, but no trace of them has been found on Earth. According to the law of human evolution, it is understandable that aliens from other galaxies did not visit Earth, but aliens in the Milky Way galaxy, if any, should have come to Earth anyway. Because given human development, it is no problem to travel through the Milky Way in 1 million years. Since we have never found aliens, there should be no aliens. In other words, there should be aliens in the universe based on one type of evidence, and there should be no aliens in the universe based on the other, resulting in a contradiction. It is called the Fermi paradox. After the term Fermi paradox was coined, many researchers have been trying solving the paradox, coming up with various conclusions. Some argue that there are no aliens in the universe, and the existence of human life is just an accident. Some estimate that aliens have already arrived on Earth, which we're uninformed about. Some others say that the reason we failed to see aliens may be that the interstellar distance is so far that aliens can't cross the distance through science and technology. There is also a view that because the stars are far away from each other, aliens don't know each other. Fearing that living things on other planets are stronger, they hide themselves and never mess with others. They fear that if they mess with others, others will come and destroy them. Anyway, there are all sorts of opinions. Today, I will analyze the problem from another perspective. I have my solution to Fermi paradox. Actually, I proposed my solution in my book Saving Humanity, published in 2007. But I didn't know the term Fermi paradox at that time. There are 2 sections in the book devoted to aliens. I also wrote about aliens later in other books. What do I think about the paradox? I think the conditions for nurturing intelligent life are too tough. First, there should be a kind star. For example, the sun. The sun has been burning steadily for 5 billion years, and it will continue to burn steadily for another 5 billion years. In other words, the sun can burn steadily for 10 billion years. The stable burning time is called the stay time on the main sequence in astronomy, which I won't introduce in detail. I won't talk much about the technical term. In another 5 billion years, the sun will turn into a red giant. It's burning hydrogen now, and it will burn helium after 5 billion years. Then, it will burst out suddenly and engulf the Earth, in which case we can no longer survive on Earth. Sure, 5 billion years is too far. We don't have to think much about it. No star even slightly larger than the sun could develop intelligent life. The larger the star, the greater the gravity, the faster it burns, and the shorter its lifespan. The smaller the star, the lower the gravity, and the slower it burns. For example, even a star 1.2 times the mass of the sun can't develop intelligent life. Take the Sun as a sample. 5 billion years after the birth of the Sun came humans. If take the Sun as a sample, it takes 5 billion years for a kind star to give birth to intelligent life. A star 1.2 times the mass of the Sun can only burn for 3 billion years, so it can't breed intelligent life. Could a star slightly smaller than the Sun give birth to intelligent life? The star could burn steadily for a long time, but it comes with another problem. Due to the small mass of the star, the heat arising therefrom is low. The planet can only get enough heat if it is close enough to the star. As the planet approaches the star, another problem arises. It's so close to the star that the star's gravity is so strong on it, so when it revolves around the star, the side facing the star gets baked all the time, with a surface temperature up to hundreds or even 1,000 degrees Celsius, while the other side is always in the dark with a temperature that could be lower than -100 degrees Celsius. Therefore, such star is not competent to breed intelligent life either. If the star is a little smaller, it will become a red dwarf, which is even more unlikely to breed intelligent life. What's wrong with red dwarfs? It emits flares from time to time, harming the planet every now and then, so it's unlikely to breed intelligent life. Red dwarfs make up 70% of all stars in the universe. There are also many 2-star systems and 3-star systems in the universe. What do 2-star system and 3-star system mean? A 2-star system is a system consisting of 2 stars close to each other, while a 3-star system is a system consisting of 3 stars close to each other. Such star systems are unable to breed intelligent life either. Why? A planet is roasted by 2 stoves in turn, being roasted by one star for a while and then by the other star for a while, thus experiencing alternating extreme heat and extreme cold. Besides, the trajectory of the planet could be easily disturbed by stars. Therefore, it's impossible for such star systems to breed intelligent life. Take the solar system as an example. Within 15 light years of the solar system, there are 30 star systems. Of these 30 star systems, there are 10 2-star systems and 1 3-star system. The closest star system to us is called Alpha Centauri, a 3-star system, composed of 3 sun-like stars. There is definitely no life in this star system. Within 15 light years of the solar system, only 1 star is likely to breed intelligent life. It is Tau Ceti, 11.68 light years away. Tau Ceti is slightly smaller than the Sun, with a temperature about 45% that of the Sun. If the star has a suitable planet around it, it could breed intelligent life. But the conditions for the planet are much stricter than those for the star. Take our solar system as an example. There are 8 planets in our solar system. In order of their distance from the Sun, they are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. There used to be 9 planets in the solar system, among which Pluto has been removed under the new planetary division standard. Pluto is currently a dwarf planet rather than a planet. Of the 8 planets in the solar system, only Earth has life. What kind of planetary conditions would have to be met to breed intelligent life? First of all, the planet must be a solid, rocky planet, like Earth, so that we won't fall from the surface. But most of the planets in the universe are liquid or gaseous ones consisting of hydrogen and helium, such as Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. In addition to being a solid rocky planet, it has to be right in the life zone, that is, neither too far from nor too close to the star. Earth is right in the life zone. Which planet is the closest to Earth? It's Venus. Venus is also a rocky solid planet. Its mass is 80% that of Earth, but it is a quarter closer to the Sun than Earth. It's precisely the quarter distance that makes the surface temperature of Venus as high as 500 degrees Celsius. How can there be life on a planet with a 500 degrees Celsius temperature? Besides, it doesn't work either if the planet is a bit farther away from the star. Mars, for example, is farther from the Sun than Earth, and its surface temperature is minus 60 degrees. How can life survive in an environment of minus 60 degrees on average? Therefore, the planet must be neither too close to nor too far away from the Sun. Apart from being in the life zone, there are many other conditions. For example, the planet can't be small. For example, Mars is smaller than Earth, approximately a tenth of the size of Earth. Due to its small size, its gravitational force is small, hence, it can't hold onto the atmosphere. In general, the atmosphere on the surface of Mars is so thin that life can breathe on it. The way the planet rotates also matters. The angle of its rotation can't be too oblique. For example, the angle of Uranus is too oblique. Its angle is too oblique in the rotation, like lying down, which means that one side experiences half-year daylight followed by half-year darkness. Facing the star during the day, it's so hot and the planet has to be baked every day. In the dark for half a year, the temperature is much below zero, so such planet is also unsuitable for intelligent life. Furthermore, there are requirements for the planet's trajectory around the star. Its skew rate shouldn't be too high. With a high skew rate, it will show a shape of flat ellipse. It's too hot when it's close to the star and too cold when it's far away. But no scientist has claimed that these conditions are all-inclusive for life gestation on a planet. No scientist can say for sure. Many scientists believe that existence of humans has much to do with Earth's magnetic field. The magnetic field is an important barrier to life on Earth. It can capture cosmic particles and block out harmful cosmic rays, making it safe for life to live on Earth. Venus and Mars have no magnetic fields. The main reason why Venus has no magnetic field is that it revolves slowly. The reason why Mars has no magnetic field is because Mars is too small. Others said the reason why there's life on Earth has to do with Jupiter outside it. Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system, and its mass is 2.5 times that of all other planets in the solar system. Owing to the heavy mass, Jupiter has absorbed all the asteroids inside the Earth, resulting in an asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. Some argue that if Jupiter, which is not far away from us, didn't pull asteroids through, the Earth would be hit by asteroids from time to time. Just like some people say that dinosaurs were wiped out as a result of asteroid impacts, which could destroy the ecological environment every now and then, making it difficult for the planet to support life. In short, no scientist can make all the conditions clear. Neither can I. But I know the conditions for gestating life are too complex. But even so, I hold there are aliens. Not a few. Why? The Sun is part of the Milky Way. How many suns are there in the Milky Way? There are about 200 billion stars in the Milky Way. And how many galaxies are there in the universe? About 300 billion. That means there are trillions of billions of suns in the universe coupled with planets. Such a huge number can make even a small probability event happen. Many scientists estimate that there are 100,000 to 1,000,000 planets in the Milky Way alone that could harbor intelligent life. Actually, I agree with this point, because the number is indeed too large. Meanwhile, we are considering the relationship between nurturing intelligent life and the universe and the stars. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. The first-generation stars can't give birth to intelligent life, as they are composed of hydrogen and helium and very few other elements. As a solid rocky planet, Earth mainly consists of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. So does human body. Where do various elements on Earth, such as the heavy elements like silicon, iron, and calcium, come from? These heavy elements are generated during the burning process of large stars, namely the process of nuclear combustion and nuclear fusion. These heavy elements are spread into the universe after the explosion, and then slowly gathered by gravity. Hence, a solid rocky planet like Earth comes into being. So, the first-generation stars can't create life, but the second and third generations can. It indicates that there was a planet capable of gestating life 10 billion years or even 11 billion years ago. According to the time for the solar system to give birth to life, the solar system spent 5 billion years nurturing human life. It tells us that there was a planet capable of nurturing life 10 billion years ago, based on which, about 5 billion years later, human beings were born. It means that there was intelligent life in the universe 5 or 6 billion years ago. Since there was intelligent life 5 or 6 billion years ago, logically speaking, after 5 or 6 billion years of development, science and technology could be highly developed. In the case of humans, according to the classification in biology, we belong to the family Hominidae, genus Homo, and Homo sapiens. As a species of Homo sapiens, when did we complete the evolution? It has been 100,000 years since we completed the evolution. The agricultural revolution lasted for merely 10,000 years. In the middle of the 18th century, we entered the times of industrial revolution. More than 200 years have passed to date. Our genuine passion for science and technology began with the Industrial Revolution. That is to say, it only took us more than 200 years to develop science and technology from a very low level to such a high level today. Science and technology are fully capable of achieving interstellar travel. We humans have landed on the moon. Unmanned spacecraft has flown out of the solar system. Pioneer 10, Pioneer 11, Voyager 2, and Voyager 1 have flown out of the solar system from various directions and are flying to the depths of the universe. The definitions of the solar system, however, vary. Some argue that the space beyond Pluto or the Kuiper Belt is not within the range of solar system. Some define that the area subject to the Sun's gravity belongs to the solar system. Regarding the first definition, our unmanned spacecraft has already flown out of the solar system, but aliens haven't visited Earth yet. Why? This concerns a conclusion that I have drawn over the years. I have been working on human issues for many years and have come to several major conclusions and a host of minor conclusions. My first major conclusion is that the continued development of science and technology will soon result in human extinction in 200 or 300 years, or even just before the end of this century. Many scientists fear that the infinite replication of nanorobots would exterminate mankind. So would the genetic technology that could modify biotoxin, leading to the superplague. There are also worries that the program of intelligent robots would be out of control, and its awakening of self-awareness would wipe out the human race. It is impossible for human beings to be 100% sure of the utilization and judgment of science and technology, as uncertainty exists in science and technology. Therefore, an intelligent life shouldn't make science and technology excessively developed. Otherwise, it would destroy itself. If you are interested in this conclusion, you can check out my other videos. My solution to Fermi paradox is that there must be aliens in the universe. Why haven't aliens visited Earth? The technological advances made by aliens would not allow them to achieve interstellar travel. It's not that science and technology couldn't make interstellar travel possible, but that it's impossible for a creature to develop such a high level of science and technology which would not cause extinction. The aliens have two fates. One is that they develop science and technology irrationally, which would ultimately wipe out themselves. The other is that they control the development of science and technology rationally and live peacefully on their own planets without acquiring the ability to travel between stars. Above is my solution to the Fermi paradox. From today's lecture, we can get two warnings. First, before a highly intelligent life could realize interstellar travel, it had acquired the ability of self-destruction by science and technology. This warning tells us that the human race is close to acquiring the ability for self-extinction. Like I just said, humans have landed on the moon. Spacecraft and unmanned spacecraft have already flown out of the solar system. How far are we from acquiring the ability for interstellar travel? It won't be far away. So, we must now rationally control the development of science and technology. What is the second warning? Don't mess with aliens. If aliens do arrive on Earth one day, it means that they have science and technology many times more advanced than ours for interstellar travel, and what awaits us is extinction. Because as per the laws of biology, higher creatures despise lower creatures and even take lower creatures as their food. Creatures of high civilization despise creatures of low civilization. This is a natural law. When aliens arrive on Earth, they would be very likely to belittle us. After all, we are different creatures. We have done a lot of irrational things now. For every unmanned probe we have sent out into space, multiple neutron stars are utilized for positioning, telling the aliens where the sun is, which planet of the sun man lives on, and the structure of human beings. If aliens get the information, we would be done for. Besides, we send electronic waves, together with concerts and greeting messages, to all planets that may have aliens. So when my book Saving Humanity was published in 2007, I specifically said we should stop doing these things. In 2008, I wrote an article, The World is Crazy, in Hong Kong, which also mentioned this issue. Don't mess with aliens. The article was published in a Hong Kong magazine. My books and articles are posted online in both Chinese and English. Hawking said the same thing in 2010. He said, "Alien life is real, and humans should refrain from making contact. If we make contact with aliens, When they really visit Earth, we would be done for. Hawking made the appeal 3 years later than me, but certainly he is much more famous than me. His appeal raised people's concern, while mine was drowned out. No matter what, we shouldn't make contact with aliens. That's all for aliens. Thank you.